more details coming in as Russia's defense ministry is claiming that the Russian military experts have uncovered new facts proving the direct involvement of the US Department of Defense in the development of biological weapons and its components in Ukraine. I want to cut across to my colleague Natasha, who's joining us from the newsroom. Natasha, well, Russia continues to make such statements, level such charges against the US, and this is the third time where they continue to reiterate that they have concrete evidence to prove the same. What more are you learning?
Right, Suesha. So once again, there a claim coming from Russia on the bioweapon charge on US. Now, remember, Suesha, they've made such charges previous to this as well, and US has completely denied it once, always saying that, you know, their labs are completely transparent, and officials from WHO have been going to these labs to test their chemicals or anything that they're developing. The US has been claiming that it is for public health research, that they have these labs in Ukraine. But once again, a major statement here coming from Russia saying they have now found direct involvement of Pentagon and US Department of Defense in developing components of bioweapons here. And they've also one more statement that has come, Suesha, which is very important here, is that they're saying that Ukrainian Ministry of Defense was working with US to test unregistered medicines on the Ukrainian military. So apart from the bioweapon charge itself, Suesha, Russia is now also claiming that Ukraine was testing unregistered medicines on its own military along with US. So these are the charges Russia is making, and we'll track this very closely. Back to you.
All right, Natasha, let me also bring in Major General G.D. Bakshi, who's live with us on the broadcast for analyzing how he looks at these developments that are happening. Because at one end, Major General G.D. Bakshi, it is Biden who is in Europe right now, and along with Ukraine and the other European nations, they are to decide what really and how really should they be dealing with the war situation. Russia also continuing to level such charges against the US. Russia not backing out in any which way as far as the war situation is concerned. And then in the middle of all this, the bioweapons charge against the US and US not responding. How do you look at this?
Look, the biological weapons charge is not new. As far back as 2000, the year 2020, when this Wuhan virus, there was that outbreak and the world was trying to get to the bottom of what had happened, we had gone in for a lot of open sources literature. And in 2010, we were shocked to find that the US Department of Defense had put out a note saying that this biological warfare facility level 3 in Ukraine, and they were testing pathogens, dangerous pathogens there. There was an American senator who was praising this. Then Nuland herself in her testimony in the Senate has agreed to this and admitted that, well, they had established these. These seem to be as part of Dr. Fauci's gain of function research, which was banned in the United States. And then it was offshore to Wuhan in China and some other countries, and in a major way to Ukraine, where they are said to have been testing the pathogens, the viruses for plague, for anthrax, for bat coronaviruses, avian flu viruses on birds that migrate to and from Russia through Ukraine. They were planning to spread avian flu through these. The Russian military attaché is giving out a lot of papers on these. He is giving it to the media. He has dished them out to the media. He has given them to the Indian Military Review, my magazine itself, stating that they have evidence now of the documents from the captured biological warfare laboratories, how they were testing not only pathogens but also the vaccines, the medicines to counter these on the Ukrainian soldiers. There were said to be initially 7 such facilities. Then the number went up to 24. And now there are about 32 being mentioned in various literature by the Russians, by the Chinese. Now, the simple fact of the matter is that there may be ancillary laboratories, but the main seem to be about 6 and most of these were in Kyiv, they were in Odessa, and where definitely gain of function research seems to have been carried out because the funding was supported by American Department of Defense, by the DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, by the Threat Reduction Agency, whose task was to anticipate what could be done and, preempt it by making these in your own labs and for gain of function research so that you could work out the vaccine, you
Right.
could work out the medicine,
Right.
etc. But then they could equally be used for offensive purpose. This is a weapon of mass destruction. This is outlawed. And this is not. This is not. This is very bad kind of a thing for humanity. I mean, at this rate, if we will just fight with biological warfare viruses because we are too cowardly to fight a straight-on war, a head-on war.
It is
then the
indeed,
world
Mr.
will be
Giri
sick.
Bakshi, and interesting also now to look at how the US is going to respond to such charges, and even if they will. On that note, we'll slip into a very short commercial break. Thank you for analyzing this for us.